two, three, four, five.
Hi, my name is Audrey Barton, and I will be discussing the importance of ethics in our education and whether or not it is worth the cost. People are exposed to art every day and everywhere they go. Songs on the radio, billboards made by graphic designers, murals in the town square are all just a few of the many examples of art we see every day. In addition, we are exposed to a wide variety of genres of art, from performing arts like community theater, visual arts like painting or sculpting, and even culinary arts like cake decorating. All of these contribute to the wide variety we see every day. In recent years, there has been an obvious decrease in art in schools. It is not a surprise to hear that an arts program has been cut when a school is looking for more ways to find funding. But why is art always the first to go? It usually happens as a result of a misconception of what art education really is, or a misunderstanding of how beneficial it really can be to students. Art is not teacher planning periods, and it's not craft time. True art education teaches applicable life skills, connects students to other cultures, and caters to different learning styles. Let's first start by looking at the skills that can be learned from the arts. The result of a 2019 survey by the National Association of Colleges showed that employers are interested in hiring those with skills that were strengthened by the arts, including but not limited to written communication, initiative, teamwork, and problem-solving skills. Art presents new challenges to students that cause them to approach the challenge differently than in a normal circumstance. By doing so, the students learn creativity, out-of-the-box thinking, and new ways to express their own ideas. Employers look for these skills when they are hiring. Next, careers in the art make up a big part of our economy. The Americans for the Arts Association, a nonprofit organization whose primary goal is to expand arts across the country, explains that art and cultural production alone is responsible for 4.3% of the U.S. economy, bringing in more than $697.8 billion and generating more than 4.7 million jobs. Skills learned from art education in schools help contribute to the success of art in our economy. And last, other careers utilize skills learned from the arts as well, not just careers in the arts. Every day, more and more jobs are being replaced by robots and machines, and technology may be able to match or even exceed production numbers, but one thing it will never be able to meet is the creativity and individuality of workers. Therefore, workers will need skills strengthened by the arts to continue doing the jobs that technology can't do. Additionally, job fields that career professionals expect to grow in the future, like computer science, require creative problem-solving skills, innovational mindsets, and unique approaches, all of which can be learned through art education. Next, art connects students to cultures all around the world, including their own. Our own cultures were built on art, and it is a major part of most countries' history. The city of Harlem, New York put itself on the map simply because of its deep roots in the arts. Additionally, art has long been used to retell stories of the past, tracing as far back as cavemen's use of cave paintings and Egyptian hieroglyphics. It is important for students to learn about their own culture because it explains to how they got to where they are today and sets their mindset for what they want their future to look like. Art is also a great way for students to learn about other cultures. Dr. David E. Gullett has worked in all levels of education, from teacher to principal to the Dean of College of Education at Louisiana Tech. He shares findings from studies that have shown real differences in student attitudes toward different ethnic and cultural groups after learning about those groups through art. Developing an understanding of other cultures is just as important as learning about one's own culture, because learning about other cultures helps us have more meaningful interactions with those around us, which is important in a world as diverse as our own. Finally, arts provide more opportunities in the classroom for individuals with different learning styles. Dr. Howard Gardner, professor at Harvard University, explains these ideas in his own theory of multiple intelligences. Research assistant Michelle Moranis simplifies his ideas in her own article when she explains that he identifies 8 different types of intelligence. These are 1, verbal linguistic, 2, logical mathematical, 3, musical, 4, visual spatial, 5, bodily kinesthetic, 6, interpersonal, 7, intrapersonal, and 8, naturalistic. He proposes that all individuals have a small amount of knowledge in each of the 8 intelligences, but every individual will lean more towards 1 or 2 of the intelligences in particular. This challenged the traditional idea that there is a single type of intelligence or general intelligence based on only cognitive abilities. However, schools typically only cater to the linguistic and mathematical intelligences while ignoring the 6 others. As a result, schools have been pushing the arts out of their curriculum and bringing in more standardized testing. Dr. Gullett also acknowledges Gardner's ideas in his own journal article when he notes that educators should provide diversified instruction, including the arts. By providing more ways to learn, students will be more active in participating in the classroom. Washington Post reporter Mariah Ballinet writes about teachers at West Lawn Elementary in Fairfax County, Virginia, who are incorporating the arts into their math lessons, and it's working. Kindergarten teacher Carol Hunt collaborated with drama teacher Melissa Richardson to create a lesson that melds traditional subjects with art. Students were cast as different animals and were instructed to act like those animals. They were told to walk across the classroom to the watering hole as if they were that animal, which the watering hole was just a spot of blue tape in the classroom. Some were ants, some were frogs, some were cats, elephants, rhinos, pretty much any animal you can think of. The point of the lesson was to help students visualize standards of measure. The kindergartners were struggling because they would be given a problem like, which is bigger, 30 inches or 2 miles? And to us, we can see that 2 miles is obviously larger than 30 inches. But the kindergartners were choosing 30 inches because they were looking at just the numbers 30 and 2 alone. The activity showed students that animals who took the fewest number of steps moved the farthest with each step, which allowed them to take a fewer number. Not only did the students learn math, but they were having fun and they were being engaged in the lesson. To conclude, it's no secret that art is struggling to stay alive in schools. However, students are losing many educational opportunities without the arts. The arts are beneficial because they teach applicable life skills, enable students to make crucial connections to cultures, and cater to those with different learning styles. Art is an investment in our future workforce, and it's an investment that will be profitable to students who are yet to be in the workforce and those already in the workforce. Art is not a waste of resources. Therefore, schools should continue to fight for the arts instead of throwing it to the curb as soon as they decide that cuts need to be made. Thank you.
1, 2,